Most men bring flowers home to their wives, but Innocent brought a secret that had been rotting in a grave for 10 years. He was a perfect husband, a loving father, and a dead man. How do you live with a ghost who knew that he was dead? Stay tuned because this story will make you question everyone sitting next to you right now. Kindly subscribe right now so that you would never miss a bone-chilling stories like this. There was a man named Innocent. He was a young man from the eastern part of Nigeria. He was in his 40s and had refused to marry. His family were putting him under so much pressure to get married, but he was very picky. Most girls didn't please him. The kind of woman he wanted was way beyond what he saw on a daily basis, so he decided to keep searching. He was a very successful businessman, so many ladies kept flocking around him, but he was never moved by their advances. Then one day, he fell seriously ill, and unfortunately, he did not recover from the sickness. He passed on. His family wept and mourned him deeply. His aged mother cried every day as he passed on without leaving a grandchild for her. Meanwhile, there was a young girl in Abuja. Her name was Uju. She was from a poor home, but was loved by everyone because she was so respectful, pure-hearted, and always cheerful. After Uju graduated from the university 5 years ago, she searched for good-paying jobs that could at least feed her struggling family, but all her efforts were to no avail. So she decided to open a fruit shop where she sells all kinds of fruits, fruit salad, and fruit juices. People loved her fruit drinks a lot because she put so much effort in making sure that her customers were satisfied. One day, while Uju was in her small store, as usual, attending to customers that came to buy fruits, a young handsome man pulled over in front of her shop, requesting to buy some fruits. Immediately, Uju set eyes on the man. She was captivated by his looks. The young man came down from his black car and walked into her shop. Other ladies were all shocked because a man like that was not fit for a place like that. So he quickly introduced himself as Innocent as he started a conversation with Uju, and surprisingly, something sparked between both of them. Innocent kept visiting Uju every day to buy her fruit juices or fruit salad just to talk to her and see her beautiful face. Then after 3 months of talking and enjoying each other's company, Innocent walked up to Uju one day and told her his intentions of getting married to her. At first, she was surprised because they just met 3 months ago and he's in such a rush to get married to her. So she decided to think about his proposal. She went home and told her parents about him and everything that he said to her. They were so happy that finally God wanted to wipe away poverty from their generation through her. Uju was not so excited about the marriage like her family. She had questions, but no one could answer her. She needed time to know him more about his family, his village, and the source of his wealth. But her mom and dad were so blinded that they had to force her to accept his hand in marriage. In a bid to please her family, Uju skeptically agreed to his proposal after 1 week. Although she loved him, but she wanted to know everything about him. Innocent was so happy that Uju had accepted to marry him. 3 days later, he came to officially see her parents alone and formally declare his intentions of marrying their daughter to them. He brought a lot of goodies: 22 bags of yam, 2 bags of rice, 4 bunches of unripe plantain, 3 crates of soft drinks, and so many more. Their neighbors saw the goodies and they were all outside their different houses watching as Uju's family carried everything inside. Some people in the neighborhood whispered with jealousy, while some were happy for the family. So, after that brief introduction, Uju's parents didn't even want to wait for proper wedding to take place between their child and the young man. They quickly bundled her to stay with Innocent since he had paid her bride price. Uju was not happy because her family felt that she was just their gateway out of poverty and they didn't care about what happens to her in the process. Meanwhile, Uju had a bosom friend, Nneka. She called her one of the days to express her anger about the whole rushed marriage and everything her family is making her go through. Nneka was also worried, but all she could do was to tell Uju to be watchful and cheerful. Innocent treated Uju like a queen. He made her stop her fruit business and he opened a massive supermarket for her in the heart of Abuja. Uju was happy, but somewhere within her, something lingered. Innocent was never around. He always had business trips, and even the days he's around, he made sure he avoided any form of deep conversation with Uju. One day, Uju became fed up and threatened to go back to her parents' house. Then Innocent, who did not want to lose her, had to calm her nerves in a tricky way and told her few lies about his business. But he never still mentioned anything about his family and parents. Uju became a little bit relaxed after he told her that, but she was still suspicious. Life was good for Uju and her family, thanks to Innocent, who came into their lives to turn everything around for them. Over the years, their family grew. They were blessed with 3 children. They had 2 girls and a boy, but Uju noticed that her husband's family never visited them. No phone calls, nothing at all. She became worried again. She asked him one night about his family and why she has never spoken to them, but he pushed it aside and said that he had issue with them years ago and they abandoned him. Her spirit became unsettled after that reply. Every day, she would pressure him to give her the contact of his family. Let her pay them a visit even if he doesn't want to go with them. She wanted her children to know their origin and she wanted to also meet his people. Uju's curiosity turned into a quiet obsession. She began to notice things that didn't make sense. Innocent never took photos. He never stepped foot into the church with them. And most strangely, he always smelled of fresh earth and expensive cologne, a mixture that made Uju's skin crawl at night. One afternoon, a man from Innocent's village who had moved to Abuja for work spotted them at a high-end shopping mall. He rubbed his eyes. His heart nearly stopped. He knew that face. He had attended that funeral years ago. He did not approach them. Instead, he took a shaky photo from a distance and sent it to a contact in the village. Within hours, the photo reached Innocent's aged mother. She collapsed when she saw it. "My son is dead," she wailed. "But this man is my Innocent." So, driven by a mixture of terror and motherly love, she boarded the first bus to Abuja the following morning. She arrived at the supermarket Innocent had built for Uju. It was a grand opening anniversary, and the store was packed with people, music, and laughter. Innocent stood at the center, dressed in a white linen suit, smiling beside Uju and their 3 beautiful children. The old woman pushed through the crowd, her wrapper dragging on the floor, her eyes fixed on the man in white. The air in the room suddenly turned ice cold. Uju saw her first, a ragged woman looking at her husband with an expression of pure horror. "Innocent!" the old woman screamed. He froze. His smile did not fade. It simply vanished, leaving his face like a mask of cold clay. "Innocent, my son!" she screamed again, louder this time around, stepping into the light. "I buried you. We threw the earth on your casket 10 years ago." Then the music stopped. The crowd gasped. Uju reached out to touch her husband's arm, but her hand passed through him as if he were made of smoke. Before we continue this story, let me ask you a question. Do you believe the dead walk amongst us? I want to hear your thoughts. Kindly tell us in the comment section. So, immediately, Innocent turned to his mother, then to Uju. A single dark tear fell from his eyes. "I only wanted to be a husband," he whispered. "I only wanted to give you the life I couldn't finish." As his mother screamed his name the 3rd time, Innocent's body began to shimmer like a heat wave. In a flash of blinding light and a gust of wind, he disappeared. His white suit crumbled to the floor, empty. His children began to cry, and Uju fell to her knees, clutching the empty clothes of a man who was never truly there. He was gone. The wealth, the supermarket, and the memories remained, but the man was back in the earth where he belonged. Kindly watch out for part 2, as we'll be revealing deeper truths about Innocent and everything that happened to his family. Do not let greed or desperation to escape poverty blind you to the truth. When a foundation is built on secrets, the structure will eventually crumble, leaving you with more pain than the poverty you were running from. If this particular story sent chill down your spine, hit that like button and subscribe to Kim's African Tales for more mysterious stories like this. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you never miss a story. Tell us in the comment section, what would you do if you found out that your partner was a spirit? I'll be reading and replying. I'll see you soon. Watch out for part 2.